Welcome back, my friends, to another edition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Now, today, y'all have seen, we're in the swamp, been in the swamp all day. We just knocked off a little while ago. So, while the fellas left, I was going to get some cutting time in, get a little video done. Now, the two blades we got are the ones I showed y'all this morning. We got the Glock. This one, okay, this is Glock 81, and I'm thinking this came out in 1981. I know that's when it come out, but I'm talking about with the root saw. This is the Glock 78, both made in Austria. This one issued in 1978. This one discontinued. Again, thank you to Richard for getting these. We got these out of Poland. I've done a series of tests already. Tried to get out here and do a little something different. Can you survive with these knives? Can you do this, that, or other? Well, hopefully the video will show you. I'll follow up. I know y'all love hearing me talk. But listen, before we get into any of this, 22 veterans a day, near and dear to my heart. And let me just say this again, for those of you new, because we've got a bunch of subscribers that's jumped on here in the past month or so. It's on my heart because anybody, man or woman, that would pick up a rifle and defend our way of life, well, they're worth fighting for. Now, I understand that when they're out there and when service people are out there, they're fighting for the guy next to them. That's an age-old adage. But that doesn't mean that when they get home, they have to rely on each other and nobody else. They fought for us, or they were willing to fight for us. That's a huge thing. If you've ever been in any kind of fight, just to have the gumption to wade into it is incredible. So 22 veterans a day commit suicide. We'll say it until they run us off YouTube or we quit the channel. Our Leos. I watched a bunch of videos today just on the absolute horse shit that goes on in this country and the disrespect showed towards our law enforcement. Now let me say this, I've been arrested and been incarcerated for a very brief period of time, nothing long at all. So this ain't just America and everything's good and great. No, we got our problems, but I believe in the law and I believe we have to have laws, and we've got plenty of laws. We just need to stand behind the guys who enforce them. Are they bad? Sure, there's plenty of bad, but one, it's not some neo-Nazi political force. The fact that it's multi-racial would say that across this country. So remember our law enforcement officers and our addicts. We've talked about that all weekend. If you are an addict and you're addicted to drugs or alcohol or what have you, know this, you're welcome here. You're not ostracized here. My struggles are well documented. Doing pretty good at the moment. That can change like that. So let's keep all those groups in mind. We're going to kick off our raffle tonight, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And after that, the Glock Field Knife. Let's get into it real quick. Okay, now, this is just one of these old, it's like an old hackenberry tree. So you can't, hackenberries, now, again, if you're new to the channel, we don't cut green trees unless we're in here doing topo. They're going to clear cut everything you see here and put a nice, lovely subdivision. Yes, it sucks. I hate it, but I do use it as a resource. All this crap's coming down, so we jump in here and hopefully I can show you some stuff on these knives. Got a piece of old, I think this is actually, I said hackenberry, it's not. Hackenberry is the most useless wood on the face of this earth. This is a water oak. We took it down. I think you'll see some things, or it's either water oak or hackenberry. I don't know what the hell it is. It's something like that, water oak. Let's just see what this will do. Now, this is a brand new out the box blade. Well, we thought they might have been used, but they both came with price tags on them. So let's just see. This thing did some pretty good chopping earlier. And what I just want to show you guys, can you use this if you're stuck somewhere? Can you use this? Look at that feather sticking. That's one from old Scab Bushcraft Baldwin right there, son. Can you feather stick with them? Yeah, you can feather stick with them. I just feather stick with a green log. That's pretty incredible. But you can see the sharpness of this thing. The other field knife I have has the root saw on it. Root saw sucks. You'll see that in several other instances. But let's just see right here real quick. Yeah, there's not much need to keep doing this for long. Look at that. Strips it right down there, son. And this is out of the box. Really sharp, easy to maintain in the field. I am an advocate of keeping one of these in your boat, your work truck, your car, whatever. It's just a handy little knife. Hey, it's under 40 bucks, and I know we've all got more expensive knives. I got them, y'all got them. That's not the point of this knife. The point of this knife is to have on standby. They're cheap, but they're not they're inexpensive, but they're not cheap, okay? I'm gonna actually save that and make some handles out of it. When we knock down wood, when we process wood, I come back after it's dried out a couple days, especially with cherry and oak, and I make some tomahawk handles out of them. Now, whoo, it's been a long day. I love you guys, and I'll catch y'all at the end of the video. Let's wreck some stuff. Thank you for that introduction, Scabber. That boy's looking lean and mean, isn't he? All right, now, I shot this video over the course of a couple days. Between having to swap trucks for the 9,000th time because the power steering went out, and JC's serpentine belt coming off, and being out till 11 o'clock trying to help him get that done, we just got a couple days in. Now, I love this knife. Now, I'm going to primarily use the Glock 78, the one Richard got me. That's the one fresh out the box. Y'all can see the blade on it, which this is making mincemeat of this orange construction plastic fencing. I'm sure some homeless people left it out there. You know, that's a prime mover in meth camps there. They got to have their fencing up, so I'm sure there's a camp around here somewhere. So we'll doctor their fence up for them. Now, you notice the Glock's just kind of flying through it, and admittedly, that's not the hardest stuff in the world to cut, but I wanted to show y'all some basic cuts. If you got the knife on you, will it work? Yes. Now, we're out here in the swamp, which I'm back again this morning. We're just kind of clearing line. We're going to start reading lines this afternoon and shooting topos and that kind of thing. So what we did is just cut some line, and it's a good opportunity to test some of these knives too. This one yesterday we got off and I ran back out there online and cut some stuff up to make this video. Like right here, y'all see that now? It's just kind of gliding through. Yes, that's a green stick, but this field knife just kind of sliced right through it. Again, like I said yesterday, Glock keeps the metal a closely guarded secret, which means it's probably crap. But for what we're going to need it for, or for throwing it in the backpack for a quick day hike, or throwing one in the truck for emergency situations, it's perfect. Oh yeah, good punchy stab. Well, Scabber's struggling to speak today. Yeah, I threw a perfect, oh, look at that. Quick knife move, hacked up a bush. Oh, yeah. You see how I slung that knife around there? Like a Ginsu, son. Now, here we go again. Here we go. Now, on a couple of these, I turned the speed up on to kind of walk y'all through it, because I was just like aimlessly walking around the woods hitting shit, so I figured we better hurry this one up. Now, the sheath. I hate the sheath. The whole reason we started a Kydex business is probably this sheath. Y'all see that big ass mosquito just flying to the screen? Good Lord. Now, what I do with my sheath is I hang it on the back of one of my backpacks and lock it in, and it's okay. It's adequate. It's not good for a belt carry, but I got a little something in the works for that. Again, we're just doing some hacking, some slicing right here. And it does pretty good. I mean, see, I'm agreeing with myself there. I enjoy the knife. It's light, it's fast. It can be used for, yes, you guessed it, kids, self-defense. And I know people are just going berserk right now, ecstatic. They'll be buying them left and right. Look at them cutting down them trees, son. I mean, you're talking about a 6.5-inch blade that's probably only it's probably a 1 inch wide or tall, however you want to do that blade, but it is 6.5 inches long. You got good reach on it. It is a clip point, and I'll be honest with you, it does a great job. I mean, it really does. Look at that. It slices into it. It bites deep. And the other thing is this, guys. A knife is only as good as the person wielding it. And you got probably one of the best you're looking at right there. Old Scabber knife wielding ballin', son. He can get it done. Now, obviously, that's being facetious, so I don't need a jackass in the comments. Dude, Scabby! Yeah, shut up. Go critique somebody else. Go critique somebody who's actually trying to be serious about doing it. I'm trying to bring y'all the best info I can on some different knives and some stuff people don't do. Now, I digress. Got a little off track there. This is where I use the saw. The saw sucks. Okay? So, whoever had a bright idea of putting a saw on it, I don't even like the concept. But, you know, kudos and points for that. Just make it functional, please. Because that saw is absolutely worthless. Now, I know it's a little root saw. I know all that. But I also know that I tried to cut everything I could with it. Is that the D-bad? Scab's done whipped out the D-bad. Look at here. I was out there digressing too much, guys. Look at that. The D-bad's out. What the hell? Alright. I went ahead and chopped that down so I could do some slicing. I think that's the tree I used in the opening, honestly. I don't know. Since I've become an editing whiz, it's just incredible. Now, there we go. I'm pulling the huge tree out there. Had to come down. That pine tree's got to come down too, which sucks. But such is life. You know, I mean, that's what they always tell us. So most of you survey guys, most of you woodsmen are woodsmen and conservationists, and we hate to see it go. Now, just like we hate using these saws. See that? Y'all see that? That ain't doing nothing. I don't know that it would irritate your skin. So, you know, I tried everything I could, and of course I was being smart about irritating your skin. It'd cut the shit out of you, but it's just not good for the... Look at old Scab. Oh, quick stepping now. Now I'm going to go to work on these rubbery trees. And y'all notice them sweet rubber boots I got on? I'm a trendsetter. Plus, when you step out of the truck and go straight to your waist in swamp water, or to your knees or wherever you go, some rubber boots are good. My calves are so fat, they just seal off the thing. That's alright. Won't be like that for long. Old Scabber's looking leaner and leaner every day. Took me a couple extra water pills, trying to get some of that excess off, so I don't look like a damn bullfrog out there. Now look, I cut the end of that tree off, just from quick stabs and cuts. I chopped it. That's what I was going to say. I was surprised by the chopping. Now this, we got all, I'm going to shut up and watch. My God. Just sheer phenomenality. Through two perfect throws. Just, okay, we're back to the saw. We killed the moment. We had a moment going, and then we killed it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Scam. Thank you for finally ending that segment. Lord have mercy. I should cut that completely out. But again, I hope that y'all will see with this knife, it can do just about any task you need it to in the woods. Now, here, we're cutting out some of these big palmettos. If we were building a shelter or something, you could throw these on top, or even for siding, or even for camouflage. But they wreak hell on a knife, son. Look at that. Dropped it. Not this knife, they don't. Not this one. A great job, Scab. Look at that guy. Just like a woodsman, son. Just getting hired on left and right like a pathfinder out there in the woods. Using the Glock Field Knife. Could you use it? Could you survive? Yes, I truly believe you could. I truly believe it would fit any need you had. You can lash it for a spear. You can do anything like that. It's light. It's versatile. Is it a primary weapon? Yeah. I mean, you know, take guns out of it. You can use it for primary by tying it onto a stick and getting you something with some reach. Good job, Scabberino. Good job, son. All right, take it, Scab. Now, do I recommend it? Yeah, I mean, I recommended it the first day I showed it to y'all. I think it's light. I think it's fast. I think it's effective. You know, I have zero moves, but we're gonna act like we do. We'll just show you a couple things with some of this 550 paracord. Now, I think this is a great camp knife. I think this knife can survive on its own. A lot of times I talk about pairing a knife or doing this and that. You can do that. But with this knife, I just think it's good on its own. It's easily sharpened in the field. I'll have to show y'all some of that one day. I am not a good knife sharpener. I readily admit that. But the edge is held on this thing pretty good. And the benefit of this is how light it is. I would say it's very light, very fast. It's almost dagger-esque. Now this is the M181 or something like that bayonet. And I'm sure I butchered that, so before I get corrected, let's see. And this one's compliments of my man Richard. US M8A1. Now, pretty standard bayonet, and you see that pretty close. This has a this is a clip point, Glock's clip point. This one's a spear point with a dual edge to a point. Now, I like both knives. I like this one too, light, fast. I like daggers. I like boot knives. I like that kind of stuff. We will do a review on this one before I have to give it back to my man. Which, Richard, thank you again for letting me borrow it. I love this thing. And thank you for this knife. A lot of you guys have got me knives, and I really appreciate that. Jimbo, Dale, Richard, Kirk's give me a ton, you know, and I appreciate all of them. This one I like for a lot of reasons. I like it, you know, without the saw back. Show y'all again. Now, is the saw back a deal breaker? No. This, like I said, this is the Glock 81. This is the Glock 78. This one's discontinued. I also like this handle. A lot of people don't. I do. And it's almost a dagger handle, but it's a little fatter right there. It's not round. It's more oval. Get your hand on it real good. I've broke my hands a bunch through the years. Trying to pull my fingers in. That's about what I get. So for me, a bigger handle, good grip, light in hand. I'm a big fan. Really, really sharp. Is it razor sharp? But it's sharp enough. Y'all seen through the testing. It sliced very well. It did feather sticking, and it did some chopping. So, complete package right here. Is it a 10? I'd say it's an 8. I love it. I've got 2 of them. I'll probably get a couple more because I give a lot of these away. I'm not giving this one away because it's discontinued. But I do love this knife, and I hope you guys, I hope I was able to show enough. You know, if you want it, go get it, man. Listen, again, on the home offense, we're going to do another one this week. Those are mostly just for me screwing around, and they're fun. But hopefully you'll get to see what's practical and what's not. Yes, use what you have. I totally get that. I'm behind that. And most of us are going to use guns. I'm just not going to show a gun on here or bring a gun on here. I mean, that's not the name of the channel. So we'll do another home offense. And the big thing I want to tell y'all before I sign off, because I don't want this video to be super long, which it probably already is. No matter what weapon you have, no matter what you get, no matter what you use, no matter what you put your hands on, that weapon's only good as you are with it. So if you buy something and you put it up, you know, I'm buying this for home defense, and you never ever use it, there's not much good it's going to do you. Practice with them. Get out in the afternoon. People got kids, I get all that. Hey, here's a novel idea. Take your kid in the woods. Teach them something with a knife. But use your knives. If it's a weekend thing, take some knives out. Most knife guys do, and I'm well aware of that. But I just want to encourage you, if you got some weapons, you got some knives, get out. It's a beautiful day. I love y'all. God bless y'all. I'm Scab. You're not. And we gone.